Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to dive straight into the topic, which is do it your way. Everything I share and I teach is based on a spiritual and psychological description of how we work. It is not a guide on how to live your life. So what do I mean? So how we work is we work from the inside out. It isn't it looks very compelling that there's an experience or there's a circumstance, and then we get a feeling about it, and then we have an idea about it. So it really looks that way in this world. It looks like it's that way around. That when we experience something, we have a feeling about it, and then we have an idea or a thought about it. But the way it actually works is that there is firstly a thought, there is consciousness, there is awareness. Because without that consciousness, without that awareness, and without that thought, without that story, there would be nothing. It's like the projector analogy. I'm sure I've said it before in previous videos. So if you've got a projector in like old time, I don't know what it's like now, but in a cinema, when I was a kid, there'd be this big, massive projector at the back, and they'd put the film in of what we're going to watch, and then on this big white screen would be the movie. The light would shine through, and would have this movie. Now, if they didn't put that story in or thought, if they didn't put that in there, we'd just be watching a blank screen. So it's the same with our psychological system. If there isn't a story or a thought or something, there isn't a narrative going on. So it's not saying that anything is made up, because a story is a story. It's as true as you make it. So without that narrative, then there's nothing. It's just blank. There's no experience. Like the best example I can think of is there's been times where I've had epileptic fits, and so I'm unconscious. And so in those moments of unconsciousness, there's nothing. There's no thought, there's no story, and so I have no experience. There is no experience of that seizure. Like I've had experiences of the before and the after because I'm aware and I'm conscious, but there's no experience of the during. That's a complete blank in my memory. So I've experienced it firsthand, or not experienced it, if that makes sense. So when we look out at life and say, I don't have enough money, I don't have good relationships, I don't have children, I don't have the house I want, whatever it is, you name it, what's happening is we're keeping that thing that we don't want alive, because life works the other way. The story, the narrative is creating that experience. So without the story, without the narrative, there's no experience, there's nothing. It's just a blank space of nothingness, like when someone's unconscious. Now, we don't all need to go into unconsciousness to not experience, because we're human, we're here to have fun, we're here to explore, we're here to realize our dreams and our goals, and whatever it is that you're here to do, that you believe you're here to do. This is titled Do It Your Way. So how do you use this knowledge of this description that we work from the inside out? How does that help you, make more money, have a better job, have the house you want, have the kids you've always wanted? Whatever it is, how does this description help you? Well, the way it helps me is realizing that life is working first and foremost from my thinking, story, the narrative I tell myself, puts me in the driver's seat. But it also doesn't put all the responsibility on me, because there's something bigger at play. So there's me and my human form, and it puts me in the driver's seat in the sense that if there is a narrative or a story that I don't like, I can't think of one right now, but just a narrative or a story. Oh, I've got one. I've got a gum infection at the moment, so I don't really like that narrative or that story that I've got that. So you know, in order for that to change, It's, not burying your head in the sand about, okay, well, I don't, just being in denial when I don't have a gum infection. No, 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 that's not true. I'm not on antibiotics. It's just moving from, poor health into the consciousness of health, because it's two sides of the same coin. It's like a circle. It's all in one. You know, um, Being ill is no different to being healthy. It's like here and here. They've just moved a bit. So they've transformed. It's like cold water transforming into hot water. There are no different. They're not on different hierarchies. So it's just slowly moving into that consciousness of I am in perfect health. And so it's not necessarily the fact that we can change our thinking, like we can't stop ourselves from thinking a certain thing, but we can redirect our thinking. We can redirect it to the place where we want to go. So, for me, I like affirmations. I've got loads of affirmations around my house. And so the way this description helps me is that it's like, well, if it's just my thinking, it means it's not as serious as it looks. If it's just my thinking, it means I can change it, and it can change, it will change, because my thinking will change. So whatever stories, whatever narrative is going on for me, and so I can see that, I can see those narratives by seeing my experience. So whatever my experience is, so I've got a very loving relationship. My fiance is amazing. She's just been in Egypt for a week, and I missed her so much. And now she's back, and I just want to be right next to her at all times, like a little lost puppy. But I can't because life carries on. I'm recording this video. She's at the gym. Um, Life carries on. But I have this beautiful relationship, and it is just so magical. And for the longest time of my life, I believed I didn't deserve a loving relationship. And so the relationships I attracted weren't loving. They weren't they were nothing like that the relationship I have now. So, I didn't have that open communication space. I didn't feel very loving towards myself. I didn't feel loved by my partner, any of these things, because of the narrative I was telling myself at the time that I didn't deserve that. So at some point, my narrative changed. And then my fiance appeared. I mean, she wasn't straight away my fiance, um, but girlfriend and then fiance. So, and that, she appeared, and it's just, it doesn't happen the other way around. I've been playing with this for way too long to believe otherwise. So I hope there was something helpful there for you. And like sort of the summary for this video is that, take this description of it's just your thinking, take this description of you work from the inside out. Before there's an experience, you have this thought, you have this narrative that you can change by the power of the universe, the creative power, that essence, that energy, whatever you want to call it, whether it's God, source, magic, that energy that created you, that makes your nails grow, your hair, that just does all these amazing things, that turns acorns into oak trees, that will help guide you back to your truth, back to your true nature. And so knowing all of those stuff, knowing that description, knowing that you've got this sort of higher power guiding you and sort of holding you in these spaces, what will you do with your life? What does it look like for you? Do it your way. It isn't a 3-step program on how to make more money. It's simply an invitation to get curious about the things you tell yourself, that inner story that you tell yourself. Get curious. Is that true? Do I still believe that now? Do I want to still believe that? Those kinds of things. Anyways, I hope you have lots of fun with that exploration, with getting curious, and leave comments below this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, And just before I go, I'm offering a completely free, no strings attached, 12-week Dreams to Reality adventure. So if you really want to dive in deep to realizing your dreams, to achieving your dreams, and to seeing, like, can this work even for me? Why not join? Just, there'll be a link below this video. Hit subscribe and sign up, and you'll immediately get a welcome email, and then you'll start getting the daily emails, the weekly emails, and then you'll also get information to the live Zooms, which start in November. And today is the 5th of October 2023. So if you sign up today, then you'll be right on track for getting all those emails and getting the link to the Zoom calls and being able to join live. There is something magical about joining live in these Zooms, but every Zoom will be recorded. So if you can't join live for whatever reason, then you could always catch up on replay. But this is the adventure not to be missed. It's an opportunity. It's completely free, so you're only parting with your time and potentially a testimonial at the end to let me know how whether you enjoyed the course, whether it helped you, how it helped you, those kinds of things. So I hope I hope you join my course, because it's very exciting, and I cannot wait to have people on it. I've already got one person signed up, so let's see where that goes. And then lastly, I am still fundraising for Mind Charity until the 31st of October. So like I said, it's the 5th today. It's until the 31st of October. For those of you who celebrate, that's Halloween, a big one in my family. So I've actually got the Mind t-shirt underneath this, but it's quite cold today. So I'm still fundraising for them until Halloween, 31st of October. By Friday, so by tomorrow, today's Thursday, by tomorrow I would have walked 160 miles for mental health. So I will continue walking here and there, but maybe not 20,000 steps a day, because I've already done sort of my challenge of 20,000 steps a day for 20 days in order to raise £20,000. Or at least £5,000, which is going to go directly to Mind. And I think the equivalent of what I need to raise, I've already got some money. The rest of what I need to raise is equivalent to 1,000 people giving £5 or 500 people giving £10. So if you're moved by Mind Charity, or if you're moved by my story or by what I want to accomplish, then please feel free to hit the collection pot link below this video and donate. And if you're not too sure and you wish to have more of a conversation with me, then email me and I will be happy to set up a Zoom and we can have a chat. So lots of love, all the best, and I'll see you again in my next week's video. Bye for now.